Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loesch. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner. Today is Wednesday, March 2nd, and we are starting a college basketball version of the Odds Couple show for all of March. Mike Brenner, are you excited or not? And don't tell us what we want to hear. Yep. Tell us what the truth is. Are you excited or not?
Why would I do anything different, Pete? Of course I'm excited. Love working with you, love the show, and guess what? I love college basketball.
Yeah.
And it's the time right now, it's the peak. And for viewers, don't forget to check out our NCAA Basketball Championship page. It's got all the futures and everything on it, Pete, for the conference tournaments and, of course, the big dance. So check it out. You'll really enjoy it. It's the futures page.
Now, Mike Brenner, I know you've been posting a bunch of picks, doing a lot of stuff on Periscope and Twitter in college basketball, and apparently you've been doing really well. Is that correct?
Yeah, 21-14, hitting 61.5% right now in college hoops, and feeling good about it, Pete.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so every college hoops card is going to be huge, so we're going to try to cover as much as we can, go as fast as we can. And Mike Brenner, I looked at the overnights. There's a bunch of things that I bet, a bunch of things that I'm liking, a bunch of ways that I'm leaning.
Maybe nibbles and bites.
Maybe you'll agree with me, disagree with me, or have no opinion. The first thing is Notre Dame. I took Notre Dame on the overnight line. I took them at -2. Now it's up to -2.5. Yes. I would probably take them at 2.5 as well, but I got my bet in at -2 on the overnight line. Miami's been great, 17-9 against the spread on the year, but they're 3-6 ATS on the road. Notre Dame won and covered against Louisville and UNC in the last 2 home games. Sets up for just a good spot, I think, for Notre Dame -2. What do you think?
Well, I think first and foremost, we're going to have a lucky night tonight because you just said Notre Dame. I've got 3 plays in college basketball. I've already put them out on Twitter this morning. Look at the first one, Notre Dame. So we're on the same page, Pete. I like that because great minds think alike. I got Notre Dame, but I like them on the half, and I grabbed it -1.5. Reason being is Miami whooped that ass not too long ago.
Right.
Notre Dame remembers it. This is a revenge factor. It's tough winning in Notre Dame anyway. The full game scares me because Miami is really playing some good ball right now.
They are.
Really good ball. So what I like is the first half advantage. I think Miami comes in, and I think they're just going to have a little bit, they're going to be overwhelmed too much.
Well, as you know, everything I do in college basketball is there's full games, first halves and second halves mixed in. And I would absolutely take the first half as well in that one. Full game, first half.
That's my first pick.
And then I would make a second half bet depending on how the first half went. But all right, so we're in agreement there. Let's see, what else do I, here's another one that I like. Let's see what you think about this one. Washington State is a freaking horrific team, right? Horrible.
Aren't they playing Washington?
They are playing Washington, and I took the overnight line, Washington -12.5. It's actually gone down, which is a little bit concerning. It's 12 and 11.5 at Pinnacle. So I'm not sure how I feel about that one, but I did bet Washington at -12.5. A lot of times awful teams do show up for rivalry games, so I can understand the line movement, but I like Washington -12.5.
I might be bringing you down a minute with this comment. I looked at that game, and you know why I pulled off? Because the last 5 or 6 times they played each other.
Yeah, they're close.
Real close games, close games. So I'm pulling for you, Pete. But like you said, sometimes shitty teams show up, especially in a rivalry game. So I'm pulling for you, but man, that's a big number.
I just made a bet. If it loses, it's okay.
Was it a nibble or was it a bite?
It was a nibble.
He only put 500 on it.
Yeah, the Notre Dame one was big. The Notre Dame one was big. Then also another one I took, which also has gone not in my direction, opposite, is Fresno State. I took them at -6. Now it's down to a 5.5. Feels like a bad spot for Colorado State and Fresno State. Where's my notes on this one? Let me see. I can't find my notes on it.
That's okay. Just go with what's in your head.
Fresno State was what I took at -6, and now it's down to 5.5, which is not a good sign. But at this point in the year, sometimes line movements are caused by all sorts of things. So
I think so too. Because usually, in a standard situation, when that line moves like that, it's because of money. I don't think so though, Pete. Fresno State, I think, is going to cover that.
Another interesting game is Duke at Pitt. Now, Now this could, of course, be a letdown for. I'm sorry, Duke
at Pitt. They just played.
Start again.
Yeah.
I meant. This is the problem.
I was wondering. Wait a minute.
It's all over the place. No, it's Pitt at Virginia Tech. Pitt just got a win over Duke, and Virginia Tech has been a good bet at times this year as a small home underdog. They're tempting. The line has gotten bet up. It's now 3 or 3.5. That doesn't surprise me. That line movement. I would be leaning towards Virginia Tech here. I haven't bet it yet though.
Well, I actually had Pitt as one of my picks. Wrote it down and everything. Started just feeling it, and you know what? I pulled off and absolutely erased it. If anything, I think Virginia Tech. But because Pitt's played 4 out of the last 5 games very strong, Jamie Dixon's been kind of underachieving, I think, as a coach. But this last game against Duke. They proved too much. So which team shows up? I don't know. They're one of them head case teams from time to time, Pete,
and
in
Virginia
college.
Tech. Virginia Tech is one of those little bit under the radar teams
Exactly.
that I like to look in spots to bet on. Getting 3.5, I'd prefer to be getting 6, but at 3.5.
But I pulled off of it. I pulled off of it.
At 3.5, I would be leaning Virginia Tech. All right, enough of my yapping. Mike Brenner, hit us with one of your picks.
Okay, well, I've got 3 picks total. Of course, I put it out there, Notre Dame on the first half -1.5. My second one is Kansas State at home. They got TCU coming in, and I like the first half. It's -6. I locked it in. TCU just coming off an ass whooping, and K-State is one of those teams that shows up when it's weird, but they get strong. And ever since Frank Martin left there, they've not been as consistent, but at home they've been pretty damn good. So I like it. I think they're going to be okay. First half -6 against TCU.
Okay, that does make some sense to me. Kansas State. Usually an undervalued team with some betting value. This year's are a little bit less of a quality team than Kansas State.
Dealing with some injury issues.
But I can certainly see it as a play. All right, let's see. What else do we want to talk about? Oh, here's another one that I bet. Let's see what you think about this one.
Right, now, when you're saying betting, we're going to put picks out because we're going to have a board tomorrow and everything. We're going to start tracking all this.
Okay. North Carolina State. I bet them at home against Boston College. Now, a lot of times when you see teams that are one level above crappy playing a crappy team, and they go the whole year either getting overclassed, playing close games. They do go for the blowout when they play these bottom tier teams.
And you're right.
Boston College can get blown out. I took North Carolina State at 15.5. I would also take them on the first half line, and
that's what I almost
NC State
did.
-15.5 was a bet. What do you think about that, Mike Brennan?
Well, I wrote that down. It's weird. I swear, I think you're reading my mind or getting into my office and looking at my notes. But either way, I had that written down and I took it away because NC State. This is one of the years like K-State too. They're not as valuable this year. That team is really in a funk, and years past they've stepped up for the games against North Carolina and so forth. But Boston College, Boston College, me, you, and Felipe might be able
very
to beat
blowoutable,
them,
blowoutable.
But I'm staying away from it though. I got to stay away from it. Yeah.
Okay, hit us with another pick.
My last pick, because I've got 3 picks for college, and I'm looking forward to getting this board going. I like Oregon -2.5 on the full game going to UCLA. Talk about underachieving. All right, Steve Alford had this team playing really good ball. They were buying what he was selling early. His son's the floor leader of that team. But guess what? Oregon, ranked number 9th in some polls, is playing really good ball. They're not worried. And here's what locked it in for me. UCLA just came off a bad loss, and the statement from the coach's son was, "This team is a mess." That was his last statement. So instead of having a solution, they're looking at the problem. So guess what? I'm hopping all over that. Oregon -2.5. What's it now?
Well, the Greek has -2, so we'll give you that.
I'm taking 2. Give me the 2.
Everyone else has 2.5, but the Greek has -2, so you can take 2.
Officially, it's going to be 2.
Yeah, that indicates a lean to UCLA for the Greek. That's a tricky one. I could see. I mean, the Pac-12 is notoriously unpredictable, and we've seen remember there was a game where on paper it looked like Stanford. Who are they playing?
Yeah, that was recently.
Yes, on paper it looked like Stanford was obviously a good fade. They wound up winning, covering easily.
I think it was UCLA. I swear to God.
I can't remember. It's all gets jumbled. But you do see this a lot. This Pac-12 is notoriously unpredictable. I could see this one easily going either way. To be honest here, Mike Brenner, if I had to make a bet on it, and I definitely have not, I would lean UCLA +2.5.
Okay, that's okay. So we agree to disagree like yesterday, and that's all good.
I'm not even disagreeing with you.
We haven't popped a cold beer in a long time together either, by the way.
We
I just
have
wanted
not.
to bring that
All right,
up.
then there's the conference championships start, and the minor conference championships are always pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, a lot of times I like to do when you have one of the terrible teams against one of the top teams, I like to take the minor team on the first half line.
Smart.
A lot of times they wind up getting 10.5, 11.5.
Yeah.
They get blown out in the second half, but they play tight in the first half.
It's a real good observation because that's exactly true too.
I ran some numbers, and I did make a couple of bets. I took Sacred Heart -2.5 over LIU, and right now it is still 2.5.
Hey Pete, name one player from Sacred Heart. Okay, thanks. Anyway, next. No. I love it.
Daquan Jones. Daquan Jones. Love that guy. All right, no. Sacred Heart -2.5 was I just crunched the numbers, and that's what I got. That's what I got. Sacred Heart -2.5. I'm also leaning Robert Morris to keep it close with Wagner. Robert Morris +9.5.
Robert Morris. Seriously, they made some noise in little conference tournaments in years past. So. That's
Robert
good.
Morris plus 9. Man, this show is all college basketball. Ton of games.
Ton
The
of
show's
games.
all over the place.
Yeah.
All right. I think we can wrap it up. So what do we want to do? Do we want to like list off all of our picks?
Yeah,
I mean,
well, I've got 3 picks, and I'll review them. But what are your picks? Because you've only mentioned what you bet, nibble, and bited
I made a ton
last night. So let's get official here, because we're going to have a board up there tomorrow.
Sure.
Pete.
I made a ton of bets. All right. You go down yours,
All right,
and then I
3
will.
picks
Okay.
real quick. Notre Dame first half -1.5, Kansas State first half -6, and Oregon on the full game -2. All right,
Okay.
I'm feeling good about it. This is a great time of year. And don't forget to look for our championships future page on our website for the tournaments coming up.
So I've discussed all the games that I'm liking and all the games that I bet for my official picks.
Yes.
I'll go with I'll go with Notre Dame first half and the full game.
Okay.
Notre
Ooh.
Dame full game is 2.5.
Yep.
And the first half. And then what else do I want to give officially? What
I
did
like
I
it.
say?
Little Shaq Unleashed
Let's
again.
see. Yeah, I don't even
College
let's see.
hoops.
So I want to give Fresno State. Do I want to give Washington? Yeah, Washington might play it close. I'll give Sacred Heart -2.5. I'll give that
love it.
one.
Sacred Heart.
And God, there's so many picks I was liking. I was leaning.
Jesus, you already got 3
I was
out there.
leaning Mississippi State.
I was kidding when I said Little Shaq Unleashed.
All right, I'll just let me see. Should I give Washington? No, I'll stay. Trying to think. You know what? And I'll give Washington. I'll give Washington as well.
And what was that line?
The line is I will take 11.5.
And that's on the
Pinnacle
full
has
game,
11.5. Yeah, on the full game.
Minus
And you know what?
11.5.
And I'll give it the first half as well.
Jesus God,
Washington
I can't
first
believe
half
it.
and Washington on the full game.
And half's -6.
This is March Madness. This is why it's March Madness. You can barely keep above.
Low Shack's gone mad. I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's never given 3 picks on the Odds Couple show in the NBA. He's got 5 for college hoops, but I like that.
This is our first college basketball show. A little bit haywire, a little bit all. I'm sure we'll find our pace
We'll
and find our
fine-tune it.
vibe a little bit better as the shows go on.
Yep.
That's the show for today, and we will be back for the Thursday card tomorrow.
Absolutely, and we'll have that board up tomorrow.